Welcome to The Silent Thinker, where ancient Stoic wisdom meets modern transformation. Before we begin, take a moment, ask yourself, are you truly living or merely existing? Because what you're about to hear isn't just another motivational video. It's a challenge, a roadmap, a wake-up call. In the next few minutes, I'll share insights that most people will ignore, but you won't. Because you're here for a reason. You're ready to rise, ready to reclaim your discipline, your power, your life. This video is packed with real strategies, deep reflection, and timeless truths. So don't just skim through it. Watch it to the end. Leave a comment. Tell us your thoughts. And if this message strikes a chord, hit that subscribe button. Because here at The Silent Thinker, we don't just talk about change, we live it. Let's begin. Part 1. Destroying the old self. Burn the bridge behind you. Transformation doesn't begin with ambition. It begins with destruction. If you want to become someone new, truly new, you must first bury the person you've been. Not politely, not gradually, completely. This is the first law of reinvention. You cannot build a new life on the foundation of your old self. That self, the one full of excuses, comforts, bad habits, and fears must go, and not just go. It must be burned to ash so you can never crawl back to it again. Most people never change because they cling to identity. I'm just not a morning person. I've never been good with discipline. I can't start over now. But what if all those lines are lies you've repeated for so long? They became truth. What if the only thing holding you back is you? Today, we draw the line. You must get brutally honest with yourself. What are you doing that's sabotaging your future? Where are you making excuses instead of making progress? What have you tolerated that you would never advise another person to accept? The Stoics taught that awareness is the first step toward mastery. Seneca once said, "No man is more unhappy than he who never faces adversity, for he is not permitted to prove himself." Cinco, your adversity is the old version of you, and today, you prove yourself by confronting it and letting it die. I want you to write down everything that represents who you no longer want to be. All the lies, the behaviors, the fears, write them all. Then destroy that paper. Burn it, rip it, bury it. Make it ceremonial, make it final. Because this is no longer a wish, it's a declaration. You are not asking to change, you're deciding to now. Expect resistance. Your mind will panic. It will whisper, "This is too much. This isn't who you are." But that's exactly the point. You are no longer who you were. From this moment on, you act, think, and speak like the version of yourself that you've only dreamed of. No more someday. No more when I'm ready. You're ready now. Your past, it's data, not destiny. It taught you what you needed to know. Now let it go. You cannot carry both growth and comfort. You must choose. So choose to grow, choose to evolve, choose to become unrecognizable, not just to others, but to the self you leave behind. This is not easy, but greatness never is. And this is only day 1. Are you ready? Part 2. Rebuilding the body. A fortress of discipline. If your mind is the commander, then your body is the soldier. And like any good army, your body must be trained, conditioned, and ready not just for aesthetic appeal, but for resilience, focus, and control. The Stoics understood something modern culture often forgets. Our physical state is inseparable from our mental strength. They didn't see the body as a temple of vanity, but as a vessel of virtue. Seneca fasted not to lose weight, but to gain control over appetite. Marcus Aurelius, the most powerful man in the world, still rose before dawn to train his body and clear his mind. For the Stoic, physical hardship wasn't punishment, it was practice. And in our world of comfort, that practice has become more essential than ever. Let me ask you, when was the last time your body was truly tested? Not just tired from work or sleep deprived, but deliberately pushed, sweating, shaking, lungs burning, muscles refusing, and still you kept going. Most people today avoid discomfort like the plague, but what they don't realize is that by avoiding discomfort, they invite weakness, and weakness, physical, mental, emotional, is the breeding ground for doubt, depression, and defeat. If you want to become unrecognizable in 7 days, start by reclaiming your physical form, not to impress others, but to remind yourself, I am not here to decay, I'm here to endure. So, what does this look like in practice? Start with movement, any movement. If you've been sedentary, walk. If you've been walking, run. If you've been running, lift. Your current level doesn't matter. What matters is that you choose to move. Movement is medicine. It unlocks endorphins, boosts confidence, and shifts your energy from stagnant to surging. You don't need a gym membership. You need intent. Then, address your posture. Stand up straight, shoulders back, head high, breathe deeply. The Stoics believed that how you carry yourself reflects your internal condition. If you walk like a victim, your mind will follow. If you move like a warrior, your spirit will respond. Posture isn't just physical, it's psychological. Practice standing tall even when you feel small. Now we talk about strength. Strength is a Stoic virtue, not because it makes you look good, but because it teaches you control. Every rep under a heavy bar, every push-up you force out when your arms are shaking, every run you finish when your legs are screaming. Those are lessons in fortitude, in pushing past your limits, in defying the voice that says, I can't. Train with purpose. Don't chase perfection, chase presence. Be with your body as you train. Feel the resistance. Welcome the burn. Let the pain carve discipline into your bones. And while you're training, observe your mind. It will resist, it will bargain, it will plead with you to stop. This is where Stoicism comes alive. You're not just building muscle, you're learning to master the internal dialogue. You're learning to lead yourself through adversity. Now, let's address the fuel. Food is not entertainment. It's not therapy. It's fuel. Everything you eat is either building your energy or breaking it. Cut the sugar. Cut the alcohol. Cut the processed junk. Not because a diet told you to, but because you respect yourself too much to be poisoned. You can't think clearly when your body is inflamed. You can't lead your life when your gut is sick and your energy is crashing every afternoon. Hydrate. Eat whole foods. Cook your meals. Be intentional. And most importantly, slow down. Stop eating in front of screens. Eat with awareness. Savor every bite. When you eat like you matter, your body listens. You also need rest. Real rest. Deep, undisturbed sleep. The Stoics were early risers, not because they hated sleep, but because they respected energy. You can't rise early if your nights are filled with noise, scrolling, and distraction. Set a routine. Go to bed early. Wake up before the world does. That quiet time before dawn, it belongs to the few who value clarity over comfort. Now, let's talk about cold. Cold showers, ice baths, winter walks without layers. These aren't trends. These are ancient practices of resilience. The Stoics voluntarily embraced discomfort to prove to themselves that they could. Seneca would sleep on the floor, walk barefoot, and wear thin clothes in winter, not to suffer, but to remember, I am not fragile. You, too, are not fragile, but you have to prove it to yourself. Try this tomorrow morning. Take a cold shower. Your mind will rebel. Your body will tense. But when you breathe through it, when you step into the discomfort willingly, you'll step out feeling invincible. Not because the cold changed you, but because your response to the cold did. Let's not forget about age. You might be young, or older, or somewhere in between. Doesn't matter. The body adapts. If you're older, walk, stretch, breathe deeply. If your joints ache, move more gently, but move. Movement is the medicine of longevity. I've met men and women in their 70s who train harder and think clearer than people half their age. Why? Because they chose not to slow down. If you're injured, work around the injury. If you're tired, show up anyway. Just go lighter. The point is not to crush every workout. The point is to never quit on yourself. Train daily. It doesn't have to be long, but it has to be real. Real sweat, real breath, real presence. No phones, no mirrors, just you and the work. Why does this matter so much? Because the discipline you develop in your body echoes into every other part of your life. A man who controls his appetite is harder to manipulate. A woman who trains her body trains her will. A person who confronts pain and keeps going becomes unshakable, not because they're superhuman, but because they chose to be that way. The modern world is soft, but you don't have to be. You were not born to binge, scroll, and decay. You were born to rise, to endure, to sharpen yourself through the friction of discipline. The body is your battleground. Train it not to impress others, but to remember who you really are beneath all the noise. Remember this. When the body is strong, the mind follows. When the body is sluggish, the mind resists. Every time you train, you're not just building muscle. You're building the kind of person who shows up, who endures, who doesn't break under pressure. So, move, train, stretch, sweat, eat like it matters, rest with intention, and face discomfort like it's an old friend. Because in the Stoic life, it is. Part 3. Mastering the mind, the root of all transformation. In every pursuit of greatness, in every attempt to change your life, one truth always emerges. Your mind is the battlefield. Your thoughts, beliefs, and internal narratives are the architects of your reality. Before you conquer the world, you must conquer the voice within your head, because that voice, it's shaping your habits, your fears, your potential, and ultimately, your identity. The Stoics knew this well. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This isn't just poetic wisdom. It's a practical blueprint. If your thoughts are chaotic, reactive, and fearful, your life will reflect that. But if your thoughts are disciplined, reflective, and resilient, everything around you changes relationships, decisions, even how others respond to you. Let's get one thing straight. This isn't about positive thinking. It's not about slapping affirmations on top of wounds you haven't healed. It's about doing the deep work. It's about identifying the thoughts that limit you and deliberately replacing them with thoughts that liberate you. It's about rewiring the mental code you've been running unconsciously for years, maybe decades. Ask yourself this: what do I believe about myself that no longer serves me? That I'm not good enough? That I'll never change? That I'm too old, too broken, too far gone? These are not truths. They are mental scripts written by fear, failure, and other people's expectations. And here's the key: they can be rewritten. Let me tell you something deeply personal. Years ago, I had a habit of catastrophizing every challenge. If something went wrong, my mind would immediately spiral worst-case scenario thinking, self-blame, doubt, and I believed that because I felt these things. They must be true. It wasn't until I studied Stoicism deeply that I realized feelings are not facts, thoughts are not commands, and with training, the mind can be a disciplined ally rather than a sabotaging enemy. That training begins with awareness. Pay close attention to the thoughts that show up most often. Are they rooted in possibility or in fear? Do they expand you or shrink you? Begin journaling them. Don't judge, just observe. Awareness alone begins to loosen their grip. The Stoics were big on this. Epictetus taught that we should watch over our impressions and not let our first reactions rule us. In modern terms, that means becoming the observer of your mind. But awareness is only the first step. Next comes intervention. You must speak to yourself like someone worth leading. Replace "I can't" with "I haven't yet." Replace "I always fail" with "I'm learning through failure." Replace "This is impossible" with "Let me break this down." The way you talk to yourself creates the atmosphere of your mind, and your mind, it determines everything. Let's go deeper. Have you ever reacted to something in a way you regretted later? Maybe you lashed out, gave up too early, or avoided a necessary confrontation. That wasn't your true self responding. That was a mental habit reacting. Stoicism trains us to pause to insert space between stimulus and response. Viktor Frankl, influenced by Stoic principles, put it beautifully. Between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. That space is where transformation lives. You can train that space by practicing discomfort. The Stoics would voluntarily expose themselves to hardship, cold, hunger, public embarrassment, not to suffer, but to prove to themselves that they could endure it. Why? Because a mind trained through adversity doesn't panic when adversity arrives. It adapts. It holds steady. Here's an exercise I've used for years. Do something uncomfortable every day, not to harm yourself, but to condition your mind. Take a cold shower, skip a meal, speak your truth in a room where it's easier to stay silent. Each time you do this, you send a message to your mind: I am in control. Fear doesn't rule here. Another powerful practice: visualization. Not just wishful thinking, but detailed mental rehearsal. Close your eyes and picture yourself as the person you're becoming. How do they walk? What do they tolerate? How do they handle failure, criticism, or success? The mind doesn't distinguish vividly. Imagine reality from real experience. Visualization rewires your identity at the subconscious level. Athletes, warriors, and leaders have used this for centuries. So can you. Also, change your mental diet. Stop consuming content that weakens your resolve. Social media, endless news, gossip, it all shapes your thoughts. Start feeding your mind the kind of input that builds your inner fortress. Books, lectures, long walks in silence, real conversations. As the saying goes, you are what you eat. But that applies to thoughts, too. Here's a truth I need you to remember. You don't need to believe everything you think. Not all thoughts deserve your trust. Some were planted there long ago by people who didn't know your worth. Others are the result of fear, trying to protect you by keeping you small. Observe them, thank them, and let them pass. One of the most powerful Stoic tools is amor fati, love of fate. It's the radical acceptance that everything happening is not just necessary, but useful. Even pain, even failure, especially failure. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" ask, "How is this happening for me?" That shift alone turns suffering into strength. Then there's memento mori. Remember that you will die, not as a morbid thought, but as a clarifier. When you realize your time is limited, you stop wasting it on thoughts that don't serve you. You stop holding grudges, delaying dreams, and obsessing over things outside your control. You live with urgency, presence, and purpose. That's the mental frame of a Stoic. Let me tell you a story. Years ago, I met a man who had lost everything: business, marriage, reputation, but instead of collapsing, he went inward. He read Marcus Aurelius. He meditated daily. He started journaling his thoughts and questioning every belief he held. And you know what he rebuilt? Not just his career, but himself. He told me once, "I thought I'd lost my life, but what I lost was only the illusion. The real life began when I reclaimed my mind." That stuck with me. So what does all of this mean for you? It means your mind is not fixed. It can be trained. It means you are not your past. You are your present choices. It means that mental mastery isn't a gift for the lucky few. It's a discipline available to anyone willing to do the work. Train your focus. Guard your thoughts. Speak to yourself like a leader. Visualize who you want to become. Accept what you can't control. Challenge what you can. And never forget, the mind is both a servant and a tyrant. It depends entirely on who is in command. Let it be you. Part 4. The power of presence. Reclaiming the room without saying a word. You've changed your mindset. You've forged your body. You've silenced the chaos of hesitation and replaced it with focused execution. But how you present yourself to the world still speaks louder than anything you say. Presence, that quiet force that makes others notice you. The moment you enter a room is the final expression of your internal transformation. And in the Stoic tradition, presence is not about arrogance or loud bravado. It's about embodying inner strength, control, and unwavering integrity. Let's be clear. Presence is not about attention. It's about command. Command over your posture, your words, your energy. You could say nothing, yet leave the deepest impression. In fact, the most powerful people in the world rarely need to speak to shift the atmosphere in a room. That's because real presence radiates from within. It's born from certainty, clarity, and a life aligned with purpose. So how do you cultivate that kind of presence? You start from the inside. As Marcus Aurelius reminded us, waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. Don't perform. Don't pretend. Embody the principles you stand for. Your presence will do the rest. It begins with how you carry yourself. Your posture reveals more than you think. A slumped spine, eyes to the ground, and hesitant gestures suggest self-doubt and confusion. But stand tall, not stiff, not arrogant, just firm and intentional, and you immediately signal confidence. When you walk, walk with purpose, not to rush, not to impress, but to declare, silently, that you belong wherever you are. Your voice matters too. Speak less, but when you speak, do it with clarity, strength, and stillness. The Stoics revered restraint. Seneca believed that speech that is restrained is better than speech that is excessive. That still holds true. Don't fill silence with noise. Let your words weigh more by choosing fewer. Choose silence when it speaks louder than chatter. And here's a truth often overlooked. Your presence is shaped by what you feel about yourself. If you believe you don't belong in the room, your body will betray you. But if you believe, truly believe, that you are a force of discipline, principle, and power, others will feel it. Presence is an inside job, not a costume. You must see yourself as worthy before anyone else does. Begin to observe yourself in real time. Notice your movements, your breath, your tone. Ask yourself, do I move like someone who knows their purpose? Adjust, recalibrate, practice in front of a mirror if you have to. This is not vanity, it's presence training, just like an athlete reviews game footage. You review how you carry the most important product you'll ever represent your character. The Stoics practice premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of adversity, not to dwell in fear, but to walk into every interaction prepared before a high-stakes conversation or a room full of strangers. Ground yourself, visualize the worst that could happen, then remind yourself that you can handle it. You've trained for this. You've faced discomfort. You are prepared. Don't forget the subtlety of stillness. The most grounded people are unshaken by chaos. They breathe deeply, listen fully, and speak only when necessary. When you operate from calm strength, people naturally lean in. It's magnetic. It's stoic. Now let's talk about your energy. That intangible vibe you emit when you walk into a space. Some call it aura. In Stoic terms, it's your ethos, the way your values shine through without needing to be announced. Your energy is shaped by your internal state if you are anxious. People feel it. If you are centered, people trust you. If you are certain, not cocky, but grounded, people follow you. You want people to remember how they felt in your presence more than what you said. The Stoics didn't seek to impress. They sought to impact. They didn't walk into a room needing validation. They carried their validation within. When you move through the world with that kind of presence, opportunities find you. Respect follows you. Not because you asked for it, but because you've earned it through consistency of character. Take time today and every day to refine how you show up. Don't rush this process. Begin with small things. Speak slower. Eliminate filler words like or maybe. Hold your gaze when speaking with others. Nod with understanding, not with the need to agree. Take up space without dominating it. These are signals that communicate quiet authority. Dress the part too, not to impress others, but to express self-respect. Wear clothes that make you feel powerful, not flashy, but intentional. Groom yourself, care for yourself. Your appearance isn't everything, but it is something. When you respect your appearance, others will respect your presence. And finally, presence isn't just about you. It's about how you make others feel. When you speak to someone, look them in the eye. Listen as if their words matter, because they do. Make people feel heard, seen, and safe. That's true power. That's Stoic presence. The balance of strength and compassion is what makes a person unforgettable. The transformation you've been building internally must now ripple outward. Your presence is the bridge between your inner work and the outer world. Build it with purpose, maintain it with discipline, and let it reflect the deeper identity you've been forging this entire time. Because in the end, the world won't remember your accomplishments nearly as much as it remembers how you made them feel. Your presence, your calm, grounded, powerful presence will speak long after your words are gone. And that, my friend, is the art of showing up not just in the room, but in your life. Part 5. Relentless execution, turning discipline into destiny. We often overestimate the power of a good plan and underestimate the raw force of relentless execution. Ideas are easy, strategies are everywhere. Motivation, too, comes in waves, but execution actual, daily, disciplined execution that's rare. That's where the Stoic path truly begins to separate the dreamers from the doers. A Stoic doesn't sit around waiting for the stars to align. He doesn't hope the world changes to suit him. Instead, he adapts, he acts, he moves forward, step by step, in full awareness that time is precious and life waits for no one. Execution is not just about checking off a to-do list. It's about forging identity. It's about becoming the kind of person who shows up even when the inspiration fades. One of my mentors once told me, "If you only work on days you feel good, you'll never get anything meaningful done." That truth stung a bit when I first heard it, but over time, I saw its wisdom reflected in every successful person I admired, especially those rooted in Stoic discipline. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "At dawn, when you have trouble getting out of bed, tell yourself, I have to go to work as a human being. What do I have to complain of if I'm going to do what I was born for?" That's execution, not dramatic, not always glamorous, but daily, honest, grounded, and fierce in its simplicity. Let me put it bluntly. Most people don't lack intelligence. They lack follow-through. They're full of ambition in January and excuses by March. They plan. They prepare. They wait for motivation to return. And all the while, life keeps moving on without them. You want to be unrecognizable in a week? Start executing like your life depends on it, because it does. If you want to develop the muscle of execution, begin where it hurts. Do the thing you've been avoiding. That uncomfortable phone call, that workout you keep pushing, that article you've been meaning to write, that addiction you've been meaning to break. Start with action, imperfect, messy, courageous action. Once you've broken the ice of hesitation, momentum will follow. Here's the Stoic reality. You don't need permission. You don't need another book, another podcast, or another guru to tell you what to do. You already know. You've known for years. Now is the time to act. Seneca said, "While we wait for life, life passes." That waiting game, that hesitation, that fear of failing or not being ready, it's robbing you of becoming the man or woman you were born to be. It's dulling your edge, but action sharpens it. This week isn't about doing what's convenient. It's about doing what's necessary. It's about becoming someone whose habits scream discipline, whose posture radiates clarity, whose voice carries weight not because of title or status, but because of action, repeated day after day. Every Stoic worth studying was a person of action. Epictetus taught his students to practice, not just preach. Don't explain your philosophy, embody it, and that's where we fail, isn't it? We talk, we reflect, we write beautiful goals in journals, but we don't always embody the discipline needed to bring them to life. I remember a phase in my life when I was constantly planning. I had whiteboards filled with dreams. I read productivity books like they were gospel, but I wasn't moving. I was mistaking preparation for progress. That's a trap, and the Stoics would call it out for what it is: delusion. The Stoic path demands uncomfortable action, and not just once, but relentlessly. When you execute consistently, you build confidence. When you hesitate, you breed doubt. Confidence doesn't come from thinking your way into greatness. It comes from showing up, again and again, especially when it's hard. You'll know you're growing when you start doing things before you feel ready, when you start pushing yourself past what's familiar, when you stop looking for hacks and start relying on habits. This is also the moment where where you break free from being a consumer and become a creator of your destiny. You stop asking for validation. You stop scrolling for answers. You stop playing the comparison game. And instead, you build, you produce, you push, you do. One of my favorite Stoic lessons comes from a concept called premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of evils. It's the art of expecting challenges before they arise. This isn't pessimism, it's preparation. It's foreseeing the storm and training your mind to remain calm when it hits. Execution flows more easily when you stop being surprised by resistance. Expect it, embrace it, then move forward anyway. When I coach younger men, they often ask, "How do I stay motivated?" I tell them, "Don't replace motivation with movement. You move first, then motivation shows up. Maybe. If it doesn't, who cares? You've already moved." Execution also requires ruthless simplicity. Cut the fluff, cut the distractions, cut the endless options. Create a system so bulletproof that even on your worst day, it carries you forward. Don't rely on feelings, rely on structure. I used to give myself 10 options for what to do each morning. Now I have 2: write and train. That's it. And I don't negotiate with myself, because negotiation leads to delay, and delay is the enemy of discipline. Ask yourself right now, what is one thing you've been postponing? That thing that's your first execution point. Do it today, not tomorrow, not when it's convenient. Today. And let me say this as clearly as possible: you will fail. You will fall short. That's okay. The Stoics never aimed for perfection. They aimed for progress. Consistent, conscious, course-corrected progress. Don't let the fear of failing stop you from trying. Let the fear of staying the same push you into motion. There's a story I love about Admiral William McRaven, a U.S. Navy SEAL who gave a famous commencement speech. He said, "If you want to change the world, start by making your bed." Why? Because small acts of order create momentum. They build a sense of control, and they remind you that you're in charge of how the day begins. Execution doesn't have to be dramatic. It just has to be consistent. And here's the paradox: the more consistently you execute, the more dramatic the results become. Let me close with this. Relentless execution is the proof that you're serious about transformation. It's the bridge between vision and reality. It's what separates those who talk from those who do. And if you keep showing up, even when it's hard, you'll wake up one day and realize you're not the same person anymore. You've become someone stronger, sharper, more dangerous in the best way. You've become unrecognizable. And that's exactly what we came here to do. Part 6. Building the system that makes you unstoppable. Let me tell you something that took me far too long to understand. Motivation is a liar. It shows up when it wants to, not when you need it most. It's unreliable, fleeting. It whispers grand promises, but rarely delivers. What really builds greatness, what truly transforms lives, is not a burst of inspiration, but a well-oiled system, a structure, a rhythm, something that keeps moving even when you're tired, doubtful, or just plain unwilling. If you've made it this far in your transformation, you already know that change requires effort. But now, we go one layer deeper. What you need isn't more willpower. What you need is automation, repeatable habits, a routine that eliminates the decision fatigue and excuses that drain your energy. This is where we create the system that makes your success inevitable. When I first began applying Stoic thought seriously to my daily life, I made a mistake that many new seekers fall into. I thought philosophy was about pondering, reflecting, writing long journal entries about virtue and the nature of suffering. And sure, those practices have value, but real Stoicism, the kind that hardened warriors and emperors leaned on, was about structure, about routines, about systems that carried you through life's storms when your emotions tried to sabotage you. Marcus Aurelius had his meditations. Seneca wrote letters daily to anchor his thoughts in clarity. Epictetus taught that it is not the events themselves that trouble us, but our responses. And if you want to master your responses, you need a process. So let's build that process together. Start by looking at your day, every hour of it. Where does your time actually go? Be honest. Most of us think we're too busy, but we're just disorganized. We scroll. We drift. We say just 5 minutes to distractions that devour our lives. The Stoics would be appalled, not because they were against leisure, but because they saw time as your most sacred possession. Time, once lost, is never regained. It is the one asset even the richest man cannot buy more of. Step 1. Structure your day with intention. Wake up with a plan, not a vague idea, but a written blueprint. Block out time for movement, for focused work, for reflection, for rest. Set boundaries around your energy. The moment your day becomes reactive, you surrender your agency. You let the world push you around, and a Stoic never yields control of what is theirs to command. Now, here's the key principle. Systems beat goals. Why? Because goals are outcomes. Systems are behaviors. Goals give you direction, but systems give you motion. Want to lose weight? That's a goal. Going to the gym every day at 7 a.m. and eating clean meals, that's a system. Want to build a business? That's a goal. Blocking out 3 hours daily to build, test, and reflect, that's a system. Don't focus on the end result. Focus on the process. Nail the process, and the results follow naturally. But we don't stop there. A system isn't just a routine. It's a philosophy, a belief that you are worth organizing your life around, that you are a craftsman, and your life is your masterpiece. The Stoics believed that excellence was a habit, not a fluke, not a talent, a habit. That's all we're doing here. Building habits that pull you forward when your motivation wants to pull you back. One of the most powerful ways to reinforce your system is tracking. I resisted this for years because it felt tedious. But when I began to log my habits daily, when I wrote down whether I trained, whether I meditated, whether I ate well, something changed. I saw patterns. I saw my blind spots. I could course correct. As Seneca said, the life unexamined is not worth living, and I'll add, the life untracked is a life you'll never master. Keep it simple. Don't obsess over perfection. Just write it down. Did you do the thing you promised yourself you'd do, yes or no? No judgment, just data. From that data, you learn, you evolve, you build a rhythm, and that rhythm becomes identity. Now let's talk about friction. The invisible force that keeps people stuck. You don't rise to the level of your dreams. You fall to the level of your systems. And most systems fail because of friction. If your gym is 45 minutes away, you won't go. If your healthy food isn't prepped, you'll order junk. If your phone is always buzzing, you won't focus. The Stoic solution: remove the friction, reduce the decisions, simplify the path to action. Make your workout gear easy to access. Prep meals ahead of time. Silence notifications during deep work. Design your environment to serve your intentions, not sabotage them. If you want to become disciplined, don't rely on discipline, rely on design. And here's the truth. Your environment is stronger than your willpower. It's not a question of if you'll be tempted, it's when. The Stoics knew this. That's why they trained themselves not just mentally, but practically. They practiced voluntary hardship, not just for virtue, but to stay ready, to remove the need for willpower by building grit into their lives. You do the same, not by waiting for the perfect mood, but by building systems that run whether you feel like it or not. Now, there's another component to this feedback. A system is a living thing. It must evolve. Every week, review. Where did you stumble? What worked? What didn't? Don't beat yourself up. This isn't about shame. It's about strategy. A Stoic doesn't blame, he observes. He adjusts. He keeps going. And when you stumble, and you will remember this, the fall isn't the failure. Staying down is, if your system fails, you don't. You learn, you rebuild, you adapt. That's how real strength is forged. You're not just building routines. You're building a philosophy of discipline, of self-respect, of action over excuses. And the more you honor this system, the more you will realize that greatness isn't some rare trait. It's just a pattern, repeated daily by someone who refuses to quit. Here's the closing thought. Don't make this a week-long sprint. Make it a lifestyle. You are not here to experiment with change. You are here to become change, to make the new you so automatic, so deeply wired, that it feels like second nature. Your future doesn't care about your feelings. It cares about your actions. So structure your days like a craftsman, review your systems like a strategist, and show up every day like a Stoic warrior, prepared, consistent, and unstoppable. Because once your systems are in place, your transformation is no longer a question of if. It's only a matter of when. Part 7. Solidifying the new you. Making the transformation permanent. You've come a long way, from destroying your old identity, to rebuilding your body, to rewiring your mind and constructing disciplined systems. Everything you've done over these past 6 days has led to this, the moment of permanence. But let's be honest, change is hard, not because we lack knowledge or motivation. Change is hard because your old self is cunning. It whispers, it waits, it wants you back. That's why today's focus is on solidification. You're no longer becoming the new you, you are the new you. And from this day forward, you defend that identity like a fortress. Think about it like this. Change is a door you've just walked through. Behind you is everything familiar, your habits, your excuses, your comfort zones. Ahead of you is unfamiliar territory, and every part of your nervous system is telling you to turn around, to go back. But you can't, because once you've seen what's possible, once you've felt the strength of this new, you going back is not an option. So how do you stay here? How do you ensure that this isn't just a 7-day sprint that fades back into mediocrity? The answer is repetition, alignment, and belief. Let's start with repetition. The Stoics knew that excellence was not a single decision. It was a practice. It was something you became through doing, not through wanting. Marcus Aurelius didn't write meditations to impress anyone. He wrote it to remind himself every day who he was, what he stood for, and what kind of emperor, father, and man he needed to be. You must do the same. Write your new identity down. Literally, who are you now? What habits define you? What standards will you never drop again? What thoughts are no longer allowed in your head? Carve this identity in words and read them aloud every morning. Make it a ritual. This is your creed, your Stoic code, because in a world that's constantly trying to pull you off course, media, people, pressure, you need something solid to anchor you. Now let's talk about alignment. One of the greatest sources of suffering is when our actions don't match our values. When we say we want discipline, but hit snooze. When we claim we want purpose, but scroll aimlessly. That internal misalignment is poison. It eats at you, quietly, daily. The Stoics called this akrasia, the weakness of acting against your better judgment. Epictetus warned about it constantly. He said, first say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. So look at your calendar, your environment, your conversations, your habits. Are they aligned with the person you say you've become? If not, it's time for hard edits. Remove anything that belongs to the old you. That means toxic people. That means habits that feel good but hollow you out. That means thought patterns, especially the ones dressed up as just being realistic, that are really just fear wearing a suit. Burn the bridges, burn the boats. You don't need a plan B. You are plan A now. Your surroundings matter. Make them a reflection of who you've become. Keep your space clean, your routines consistent, your circle tight. Why? Because identity isn't just internal. It's environmental. It's habitual. It's social. Ever notice how some people make it easy to stay in your old ways? Misery loves company, and comfort does too. So you need to do what every Stoic leader did: create your own inner court, your own support system. That could mean finding a friend who's on the same path. It could mean joining a community that values discipline, learning, and growth. It could mean following thinkers and leaders whose values mirror your own. If you don't create intentional reinforcement, the world will offer you unintentional regression. Don't let that happen. Now, we come to the final and perhaps most important peace belief. Because let's be real, even with the best routines and environment, the voice of doubt never fully disappears. It lingers. It whispers things like, "You're not really different. This won't last. Sooner or later, you'll go back." And here's the harsh truth. If you don't believe you've changed, then you haven't. That's why you must believe in this new version of yourself. And not just in a vague, motivational way. I mean deep belief, the kind that says, "This is who I am now, period." The kind that doesn't seek external validation, because your internal compass is now fully calibrated. This belief must be reinforced daily, through action, through journaling, through reflection, through wins big or small. Remember, every action you take is a vote for the new you. One disciplined meal, one intense workout, one courageous conversation, one night of getting good sleep instead of mindless scrolling, all of it counts. Eventually, you'll stack up so many votes that even your inner critic will have to admit you're not who you used to be. And when doubt returns, and it will, you won't argue with it. You'll just point to the scoreboard. Now, let me leave you with this. Becoming a new person is not about never falling again. It's about rising faster. It's about remembering who you are when things get messy, when life punches you in the face, when the world tempts you with comfort, distraction, or weakness. You rise not because you're superhuman, but because you built a system, because you built clarity, because you decided, once and for all, that you are no longer available for anything less than excellence. That is Stoicism, and that is your new default. So what do you do now? You recommit every day. You protect what you've built. You nurture it. You grow it. You don't go back. You don't lower the standard. You lead yourself, because leadership starts with one person, the man or woman in the mirror. And when they show up, disciplined, grounded, focused, they become a light for others. That's the deeper purpose here. This isn't just about you. Your transformation becomes proof for others that change is possible, that strength is real, that a better life is available if you're willing to build it. So, from here on out, you are the example. You are the walking embodiment of a new identity, one forged in clarity, in discomfort, in the fire of action. And one final thing, never forget. The hardest part of transformation isn't starting. It's becoming someone you don't abandon when things get hard. So don't abandon yourself. Don't lose what you've built. You are unrecognizable now, not just because you look different, act different, and speak different, but because you are different, and the world is about to find out. The final threshold, becoming the silent thinker. So here you are, 7 days behind you, a lifetime ahead. You've dismantled the old self, brick by brick, rewired the mind, rebuilt the body, defined your identity, created systems, and stepped into the kind of presence that doesn't demand attention. It earns respect in silence. But let me tell you something that may surprise you. You haven't arrived. No one ever does. This is not a finish line. It's a threshold. You've stepped into a new room, a bigger one, with higher ceilings, stronger walls, and wider views. But there are still stairs to climb, still shadows to meet, still versions of you waiting to be unlocked, tested, and tempered by the friction of life. And that's a beautiful thing. Because the Stoic path was never about arrival, it was always about the ascent. It's not about being flawless. It's about being faithful to your values, to your discipline, and to the person you've chosen to become. You've proven you can change. Now prove you can remain changed not by willpower alone, but by design, reflection, and devotion to growth. Carry this forward every day. Recommit. Start your mornings with intention. Speak with purpose. Move with strength. Choose discomfort over ease. Virtue over vanity. Clarity over chaos. And when you slip, not if, but when, don't shame yourself. Smile, learn, and get back on the path. That's what the greats did. That's what Marcus, Epictetus, and Seneca taught. And that's what you'll do. Because you are no longer someone hoping for change. You are someone who embodies it. Now, before you go, I ask one thing. If this journey spoke to something deep inside you, if it stirred the silent part of you that always knew you were meant for more, then I invite you to walk this path with us. Here on The Silent Thinker, we don't chase noise. We build in stillness. We think deeply. We speak rarely. And when we act with purpose. If that resonates with you, subscribe to the channel. Join our circle. Leave a comment below about your biggest breakthrough from this 7-day journey. Let others know they're not walking alone. This world needs more thinkers, not louder ones, but clearer ones. So let's keep sharpening each other. This is The Silent Thinker, where transformation begins not with words, but with action. And you have already taken the first step. Thank you for watching. Your next chapter begins now.